All right, we're back. I'm your host, Steve Alls, and with me, Seth Goulston, lead chef of our Kroger store in Short Pump. Now, before the break, I said St. Patty's Day is just not the same without corned beef and cabbage, but I like your twist on this one, big boy.
This is corned beef and cabbage with Guinness. It's my mother's recipe. It's very, very good. Man. It's just got a little bit of beef base that we make, beef stock, a little Guinness, and salt and pepper. Now you say, isn't corned beef salty, Steve?
Yeah, it is. It's very salty.
Well, we actually wash it off, and it's a beef brisket, so it's good. Once it's washed off, you can add a little more salt to it. But you do want to make sure you wash it off.
Now, you've washed this one already, correct?
Very well, for about 20 minutes, yes.
Okay. All right, so our first step is what?
You need to cook the beef brisket longer than any of your vegetables so the stuff is not mushy. So we'll put this in the oven with our beef stock for about an hour and 20 minutes before we put the rest of our vegetables in. So we'll just do the Guinness, the stock, little salt and pepper.
Come on, man.
Is that enough?
That's not
enough, is it? That's not enough. We actually got another can, too.
That'll work.
That'll work there. A little salt and pepper. And we're good to go in the oven for about an hour and 20 minutes, Steve.
Okay, I'm going to put that in there right now, and I guess you're going to get started on the next step, right?
Sounds great.
All right.
Next, we're going to cut our potatoes so that they're even sized so they cook evenly. And these are Yukon Gold potatoes that just seem to hold up nice in the stew. Gold potatoes never hurt anybody.
So are these? You say these are Yukon Gold potatoes, correct?
That's correct, Steve. Yukon Golds.
Now, Yukon Golds, one thing about them is they have a medium starch content, unlike your red potatoes, which have a low starch content, and your russets, which are very high for mashed potatoes kind of potatoes, huh?
Yes, these hold up very well in the stew, and I wouldn't vary any other potato other than these ones.
I think we got enough potatoes there.
Yep, now we do.
There you go, man.
Sounds
Make
great.
it hearty.
We'll get them in
Here,
the
I'll
bowl.
put this over here when you're, there you go. Just go ahead and, that's about the easiest way, isn't it? There you go.
Next, we're going to do our cabbage. This is just regular green cabbage. A lot of times to check your cabbage is soft, you can kind of squeeze these ribs here. And if they're flexible, you know the cabbage is good. If it's very hard, just kind of shave it down. Just cut them in half.
Yeah, and be careful when you're cutting hard vegetables like this because a knife can slip and you'll have a nice cut.
Then you want to take out this core here because this will never cook down. There's that one. We just cut them in half here.
You know, one thing about cabbage like this, it's very inexpensive to buy. And we usually have this about year-round in Kroger.
Absolutely, Steve. We use it for bacon and cabbage, braised cabbage. It's good in almost anything.
And that makes a lot of cabbage, doesn't it?
Sure does, Steve.
Here,
You want to scoop it for you?
I'll rake that stuff over in there.
Use those big palms.
There you go. All right, and then the last thing is what?
Last step is we add all of our vegetables together. After this is cooked for an hour and 20 minutes, we'll bring it all back out, Steve, and we'll get our onions, carrots, and cabbage in there.
Well, let me go ahead and pull this out of the oven then, okay?
Sounds great.
There we go. Whew, that's warm. Be careful. So you're just going to put all the vegetables in there?
That's right.
And put a lid on it, right?
Yes.
Do we need any more seasoning at this point?
Not at all. Cook this for about 4 to 6 hours, but since it's already been in for an hour and 20 minutes, after 5 hours, I would check it. You'll know it's done when the corned beef kind of starts to just fall apart and the potatoes are fork tender.
Now, this will cook down quite a bit, right? This cabbage has a lot of air in it and a lot of water, and it'll cook out, won't it?
You know, Steve, I think we do need to add one more thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't add too much of this Guinness.
This will just go to waste.
You know, a lot of the alcohol will just,
cook
you know,
right out of it.
Yeah. And it'll just be left with that essence of the Guinness.
Dark stout flavor is good. Yep.
And so we just put a lid on it and put it back in the oven.
Yep. Make sure all the vegetables are halfway covered with liquid and you're good to go.
And we're good. Now, we have one that we've been working on a little bit last night and this morning, hadn't we?
Oh, yes, sir.
And you know this is going to be our lunch today, don't you?
I believe so. I believe so.
Look at that. Oh, my gosh. That is so good. See how vibrant and colorful everything is in there. The corned beef has a little bit of a different color to it. And with the carrots and the green, man, it's awesome.
Smells delicious, doesn't it, Steve?
Yeah. Now, Seth, before we wrap this up, I want to mention the store that you work in, which is our Short Pump store on the West End. You know, that is our flagship store in a 6-state area of Kroger.
Yes, it is, Steve. That store has more to offer than pretty much any other Kroger on the East Coast. We have the largest bistro with a full kitchen, full culinary staff trained to do any type of caterings.
Now, describe to our viewers what the bistro is.
We actually use these display cladwares, and we do prime rib on the weekend for $12.99 special. We do smoked salmon. We've done stuffed pork tenderloins, all types of vegetables. We offer vegan dishes, vegetarian dishes, and any special dietary need dishes.
So it's basically all chef-prepared food. This is nothing out of a box or a mix. It's all 100% done by you and your staff.
That's correct, Steve.
That's
we couldn't allow that stuff. But we offer any type of gluten allergies, which we do have the largest gluten-free section, but we also offer the gluten allergens. We offer the diabetics, health concerns, low sodium, anything anybody needs. And we also do large-scale catering, 8 to 800, doesn't matter. We can make it happen.
And we also have there a salad bar and a hot bar for just, you know, your normal foods like meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and things that are just, you know, fill you up, comfort food type of foods, don't we?
That's correct. It's going to be spring soon, so that salad bar's got baby organic spinach in there. It's got different mixes, all types of vegetables, different meats.
Yeah, I love the protein selection because you get the shrimp and, you know, and chicken, everything like that in there, don't you?
And on the other side, we offer all home-cooked meals, pork chops. We offer braised cabbage. We offer different vegetables, Brussels sprouts. Good mix of stuff, about 16 different items each day.
Wow, that's amazing.
All day, every day.
And fresh sushi guy out there every day working on sushi too.
Only place where you can get brown rice sushi, and that amazes me.
There you go.
It does.
Well, thank you so much. When we come back, we're keeping with our Irish theme as we make dessert, as Cooking with Kroger continues.